Okay, hi everybody. It is Julia Mills here, and you are either catching this live or on a replay. Regardless, it's really nice to have you here. Thanks for your time. We're excited to share this information with you, and we're going to give just a quick overview tonight, just kind of highlighting the aspects of our company, our products, um, uh, just customers. There's a lot of people who are customers, and there's people that take this to the market like we do. The timing and the compensation plan is a side business. So as you're learning about this information, I would definitely have a notebook because, like I said, we're going to share a lot of information, and I'm going to try to keep it to 30 minutes. And at the end, you're going to have a lot of questions. I'm sure you will, as I did. And so you'll want to definitely get back to the person that invited you. But whoever that person is, definitely cares a lot about you because this information is really life changing. It has changed my life and really everyone that I have met on my Lifevantage journey. Speaking of my journey here, I'm Julia Mills. I'm a Premier Pro 5 with Lifevantage. And like I said, I'm going to share this information as I was introduced to this about 7 years ago. And you may be wondering maybe why you haven't heard about Lifevantage before. This is really a person-to-person business because it is a virtual business. It's a global online e-commerce business where we're sharing nutrigenomics products worldwide. And so I was introduced to this about 7 years ago and I'll kind of run through how this came to be. Cardiologist Dr. Mark Gordon shared this with a lot of the people he was working with at the Heart Hospital in South Dakota, including Sharon Whartonby, who was in radiology, Marilyn Moser, who was in breast imaging, Denise Reck, who's a nurse for decades. And then Denise had shared it with a neurologist, Dr. Sandy Kimmel, who happened to live in Raleigh, North Carolina, where I was a pharmaceutical sales rep. And it just was at the right time where Dr. Kimmel really kind of could tell that I was looking for something. I had been sick and the doctors that I was going to really weren't getting to the root of my illness and weren't really able to diagnose it correctly. I was on a lot of different medications. And I was also downsized by the pharmaceutical industry at that time. So I didn't know what I was looking for, but I was looking for something different. I was looking for something better for my health and for my finances to help my family and for retirement. So here I have a picture of my why, which is my family. Our daughter just was married a couple weeks ago, and it was just an incredible time. And it makes me think about something I've always kind of worked towards, is being able to be there with my kids as they were growing up, and I did work throughout their childhood. And so I'm hoping to give this opportunity to people to be able to stay home with their children, and for me to be able to be really present as a grandmother when that time comes. So that's why I do this in the nooks and crannies of my life. I believe very strongly in the science and in the products, what it's done for me and what I've seen it do for hundreds of people. On the right, what I didn't realize when I joined this company is it's like family. So I wasn't expecting that. I saw this as a business opportunity. I thought it was incredible. I was excited about it. And I thought the products were second to none. I'd never seen anything like the science behind them. But what I didn't realize was that I got a whole new family, and I've been able to travel, and they've become like brothers and sisters to me. And it's just really brought such joy and purpose to my life. It's truly been incredible. So we'll just proper disclosures. This presentation is not necessarily representative of the income, if any, that a distributor can or will earn through Lifevantage compensation plan. Distributor success does depend on your diligence, work effort, and market conditions. And Lifevantage does not guarantee any income or rank success. However, a lot of people have seen a lot of success, and definitely these products have helped a lot of people worldwide in the 11 years this company has been. And products have been on the market. So we're going to talk about leveling up your life. So this is about taking control of your health and your bank account if you're interested. Definitely right now, everyone is interested in taking control of their health. Um, I'm going to talk a little bit about where we started because this is really important. This was very important information to me. So again, I hope you're taking notes because you may have questions. This all started by award-winning scientist, Dr. Joe McCord, who's pictured there. He is a scientist, PhD from Duke, and he discovered a really important molecule called SOD, or superoxide dismutase. For that discovery, he was awarded the Elliott Crescent Medal, which was given to only about 25 scientists in the world, and that would include Marie Curie, Thomas Edison, Alexander Graham Bell, the Wright brothers. So he's in very good company. So that was a very important discovery. He devoted 40 years of his career to fighting the effects of free radical damage, what's otherwise known as oxidative stress in aging. It's at the cellular level. It's really like the rusting of our cells through a lot of different reasons, and we'll get into that. This is just an overview. So he developed and patented our little yellow activator, which is called Protandim NRF2. NRF2 is a pathway, a genetic pathway that it actually activates. It turns on or flips on the switches in our genes. That's why what we're talking about here is called nutrigenomics. Nutrition that is powerful enough to activate your genes, to heal your body at the cellular level, getting, like I said, right to the root cause. It was launched to the market in 2003. And in 2005, the claims that we were able to make, the company was able to make, were so profound that ABC News investigative report, John Quinones came out to do an investigative report and interviewed Dr. McCord. And after that was aired in 2005, there was a flurry of positive media attention because John Quinones actually just tested himself, and at the end of 14 days, his oxidative stress level decreased by 50%. So that was just remarkable. So at that time, that really put the company on the map. Dr. McCord was a scientist. He was not a marketer or sales. So what they did is they put it in retail right away, and it sat in retail, GNC, CVS, the vitamin shop, from 2005 to 2009. The company was doing okay. It was a publicly traded biotech company at the time, but it was only doing about $3 million a year in sales. And when the ABC News, they thought back in 2005, when the ABC News came out, was put on TV, they had $5 million worth of orders overnight. So they thought, what's going on here? $3 million a year versus $5 million overnight. We're missing something. So they actually did a test. They worked with their board of directors and their investors, and they moved it to direct sales in 2009. Really empowering a sales force of distributors, and that's what I am, to share this information. Use the ABC primetime, use the science, use the studies, use our own personal testimonials to kind of get it in the market. And it was a very smart business move because the company now, at that time, like I said, $3 million a year to now we're doing about $250 million a year and growing. Now global in many, many countries. We're publicly traded on the NASDAQ, which is very, very different from a lot of different companies, other companies out there. Being publicly traded means that we're on Wall Street, we have a ticker, we have stock, you can buy stock. Everything is transparent. You can see what we are sharing with investors. We have a board of directors. So it's a very, makes you feel very safe to be with a company where you really know what's going on. In addition, universities and medical centers began self-funding research on Protandim NRF2. When I was in the pharmaceutical industry selling drugs to doctors, the studies that I used were funded by my company. And a doctor would say to me when I'd share a study, he or she would say, well, who funded that study? And every time I'd have to say, well, my company did. That is what's very different as well with Protandim NRF2. There's really nothing like it that we've ever seen. This is a nutrigenomic that universities and medical centers are funding millions of dollars of their own money on our product in their studies. That's unheard of. And that really was something that checked off another really important box for me to feel very proud to partner with a company like Lifevantage. So what is happening? What are we even talking about here? So the problem is we are living in a very toxic environment. And you combine toxins plus physical and emotional stress, which seems as though everyone is under these days, poor nutrition. Even if we try to eat healthy, our food is lacking in nutrients. Over the years, it just has been bred out of our food. Uh, and so our what we're eating is just lacking in nutrition, whereas years ago it used to be full of nutrients. And then just the aging process, all of that together is the problem. And it's caused by the food, as I said. We eat the water that we drink with chemicals that are in the water, the air that we breathe. There's toxins in the air. Too little or too much exercise, environmental toxins. There have been over 80,000 new chemicals brought into the market in the industrial age, 80,000. It's just we are living in toxic soup. And so we have to do something different. Then you have Wi-Fi and EMFs and 4G and 5G and radiation exposure, all really bombarding our body and actually our cells. We can't see our cells, but it's affecting our cells and our DNA. And it's leading to what's called oxidative stress. So oxidative stress, I had not heard about it before I was introduced to this, and maybe you haven't either, but oxidative stress is actually the root cause of over 200 chronic diseases. And this diagram on the left just kind of goes through every kind of system in the body and then diseases related to those systems. And at the center of that is oxidative stress. If you go to pubmed.gov, which is shown here on the right, which is a National Institutes on Health's database for clinical studies, and you just type in oxidative stress. So what that will pull up is all of the studies that have been done that are peer reviewed, meaning they are highly credible. They have to go through peer review. So there's editors on the journals and there's peers that review the studies that are published in PubMed and only accepted if they pass the tests. And are credible as determined by their peers. So when you type in oxidative stress, you're going to find over 200,000 studies that are linking oxidative stress to these diseases. So it's something obviously that we need to pay attention to. But up until now, up until Lifevantage, we really didn't talk about it because there wasn't a solution to lower oxidative stress. It really was kind of mind blowing to me when I was, I'd been in pharmaceutical sales and I'm still in healthcare. So it's been almost 18 years. And I rarely hear about oxidative stress. And why is that? It's because there was no solution until now. There was no amount of fruits, vegetables, vitamins, or special antioxidants, potions, or tablets that could help protect our bodies against the assault of free radical damage that's coming from all those toxins and stressors that we talked about. So as we mentioned very early on, and I spent time on that first slide for a reason, Dr. McCord developed Protandim NRF2 after 40 years of research, after discovering SOD, superoxide dismutase. He spent his life's work to try to figure out how do we lower oxidative stress in the body? How do we reduce free radical damage at the cellular level? And he was able to combine 5 very potent ingredients at very low levels and create a synergistic formulation that is patented. I think we have 7 patents now on this formulation, which is very rare. Also gives us no competition. Also, you can't find something else on the market in the world today that can do what Protandim NRF2 can do. And that's lower oxidative stress by an average of 40% in 30 days. It does that because it goes into this NRF2 pathway and it activates that pathway in our cells. It goes into our DNA and it increases enzymes in our body like superoxide dismutase by 30%, catalase 54%. And something you've probably heard of, a lot of talk has been on glutathione this year, as it is a master antioxidant, increases by 300%. It's just incredible. One of the other things that was really just exciting to see is that Protandim is the only dietary supplement proven to extend life in male mice. Now you might say, well, what is that? Well, they look at longevity studies and they use mice in studies. That's the acceptable clinical study protocol is mice, because you can't test on people. It would take way too long. They looked at drugs and they looked at natural compounds, but the only branded supplement they included in their 10-year study, the National Institutes on Aging, again, this wasn't our study, was Protandim. And it was the only one shown to be statistically significant in extending life. I don't know about you, but I've been in the anti-aging and longevity, healthy aging industry for a few years now. And this is something that everyone is talking about. How do we extend healthy lifespan? Well, everyone should be taking Protandim NRF2 by the benefits that we receive as proven in these studies. So again, this is just another graph that just kind of points to this again. What we had before was taking an antioxidant or eating blueberries or oranges or broccoli, vitamin C. Those are 1-in-1. They're good. Obviously, we want to still keep eating healthy, but if we're using them to reduce free radicals, they aren't nearly enough. So you would have to eat 400 oranges, for example, 500 cups of broccoli. This is every day to reach what one Protandim could do per day. One Protandim is going to eliminate 1 million every second free radicals. This has been proven. And that's where you get that reduction in oxidative stress. And if you haven't seen the ABC News primetime report, get with the person that invited you to this. Drop a comment if you're on Facebook watching this and just ask for the ABC primetime. We can send that over. What you'll see is in that, after 30 days, they weren't able to distinguish the difference between the blood of an 80-year-old and a 20-year-old after just 30 days. So we're reversing the biomarkers of aging back to when we were in our 20s. That is unbelievable. So like I said, what really stands apart with our company is this independent research. We have a product that is game-changing, that is patented and has no competition. And because of that, we have universities around the world, Ohio State, Harvard, American Heart Association, the National Institutes on Aging, Colorado State, Louisiana State University. You can read them all here and have published their work, their studies. They've spent millions of dollars in very reputable journals on PubMed.gov. If you talk to a doctor, they will say this is unbelievable. So there's a lot to this slide that really differentiates what we're doing at Lifevantage with versus other companies. It has been on NBC, Wall Street Journal, Today Show, ABC, PBS, Dr. Phil. And as I said, there's a number of patents. So you may have heard of it before, but hopefully tonight you're getting a really good, clear picture of what this is. So thank you again for taking the time to learn about this. Washington State University a couple years ago published a study in PubMed, and they concluded that NRF2 activation, which is again that genetic pathway, potentially the most extraordinary therapeutic and preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. I want to be a part of that. I mean, that's what makes me excited, is we are a part of something huge that is changing the way healthcare is delivered, and it's actually becoming healthcare, not sick care, which is very exciting. And we're talking therapeutic, which means therapy and preventative. So both. That excites me for my family and for my friends and for people that I don't even know that I get to hopefully impact, that I can help them reduce their risk and prevent diseases of oxidative stress down the line. So we have other products, science-based products. The majority of them are based on this nutrigenomic technology. So NRF2, as you just saw, is very important for prevention and therapy. And we've included the NRF2 technology in our skincare line, in our hair care line. And again, these are all no toxins. In our Axio, which is brain food, it crosses the blood-brain barrier and activates the NRF2 pathway in the brain. Just incredible product. People are drinking energy drinks every day. This is a therapeutic energy drink. It's incredible. And Pet Tandem, we actually have NRF2 technology in Pet Tandem for dogs and horses. So incredible results there. You can see some incredible videos on YouTube there. And then we've also just launched a CBD enhanced NRF2 body care, which is really combining two excellent pathways, CBD and NRF2 together. So there's a lot. Get with a person that introduced this to you and they can show you their e-commerce website and you can learn about each of these products. Lastly, here, we're talking about the products and customers, and 80% of our company's revenue is generated by customers who use our products over and over and over again every month. It's a monthly kind of subscription at wholesale, and these products work better over time. So once you start on them, you really don't want to get off them. You don't feel so well when you get off of them, so you want to stay on them. But this is an example. We have a new friends and family discount. So as a customer, you can actually save money by sharing a link. You actually would have your own website, a referral affiliate website, to share it with friends and family. And you give them $10 off their order and you start to earn credits back on your order. So it's a really nice way to easily, as a customer, share these products with people you care about. Now, there's a lot of people who are looking for a side business. So the last part of this presentation is about how you can do this as a side business. It is, to me, the perfect business. Over the years, my husband and I have looked at franchises, which cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to start. We've invested in real estate, and the economy goes up and down. And, at the time that we invested in real estate wasn't a good time. We lost that. So there's a lot of risks involved with other options. This is so low risk, so low cost to get involved. And if it's something that you're passionate about and that you find it very interesting, and I know once you try the products, you will fall in love with them and you'll want to share them, that makes it the perfect business, because all you're doing is connecting people to the information. You can do it anywhere. You can do it on your laptop. You can do it on your phone. You can do it through social media. We have thousands of social media, assets and things like that. Makes it so easy. It's so professional. We don't deal with inventory, no physical locations. We're virtual. So we're an e-commerce global business, but we have a great team that we're connected to all the time because of technology. And you have an online e-commerce shopping portal. It is very simple. So this whole side hustle economy, I don't think I'm surprising anybody by this. I mean, technology has allowed us to do a lot of things very differently these days and reach people around the world. And there's a lot of people doing Airbnb and Uber. They want to earn extra money and they can fit it in the nooks and crannies of their life, just like Lifevantage. But the difference is, with Lifevantage, we offer leveraged income. So I'm going to do the work once and I'm going to share this with customers, but I'm going to teach business partners to do what I'm doing. And I'm going to leverage everything that they generate in their organization. So I get paid to teach and mentor and make sure that my team is successful. That's very different from a linear income standpoint. Doing an Uber drive, renting out your home. This is different. This is actually leveraged income. So if you want more information on this, definitely get with the person that invited you to this. This just shows, the websites, everything is online and it's ordered through a shopping cart. And we also have an app where you can do your business right through your app. Here are the countries that we're in. So it's amazing. I love it. You can go to your website, you can click on the flag at the top left corner, and you can drop down and choose Scotland, and it will update your website to Scotland and all the products that are available in Scotland. You can send that link to your family there and they can order. It is that easy. Getting started is, so, at this point, when I was introduced to this by Dr. Kimmel, I was in a position where I wanted to provide more income into my family, and I wanted something that was mine. I wanted to own a business. And I wanted something, I was excited that I could will this to my children. It was a business asset that I was creating. I wasn't just working for someone else. I was creating my own business asset. And I love that about this. So for me, I started as a distributor right away. Some people want to start as a customer and then use the products for a while. And then typically most people have great results and meet great people and they want to be a part of this. So they upgrade to a distributor. But if you want to start like I did as a business partner, it's easy. We have a new start kit that is $50 to get started. And it includes your website, your e-commerce website. You pay this once, training, your team, you're connected to your team. There's a lot of Facebook groups. There's a virtual back office. You basically just are a connector to this information and the company pays you to connect and mentor a team. The company though does offer packs, which are really the better way to get started. The start kit is included in the packs. There's a silver pack that's a 20% savings, a gold pack that's 25% savings. And the best way really to get started if you're going to do a business is get started with all the products. And that would be the platinum pack. And actually through July 31st, they're offering this. I've never seen this. I've been involved with the company for 7 years. They're offering this for 47% off. If you purchase by July 31st, that's incredible. You're going to receive all of the products there to use with your family, to try them out, to really get good experience with them. But you can also retail them out too and get some return on your investment there. So it's an $1,890 value for $999 through July 31st of 47% value. And it comes with your business. That's it. Now, how do you make money? We get paid weekly and we get paid monthly. So when you get started as a business partner, your overhead to do business is your personal products. That's it. And really, that's it. It's incredible. 100 personal volume, anything less than 100 personal volume, which is like 2 bags of Axio, that's 100. If you're less than that, you don't get commissions. You actually won't earn commissions. If you're between 100 and 199, you're going to start earning commissions through Lifevantage. And like I said, you're paid weekly and monthly. And in the 7 years I've been with the company, I have received a check every month. It's been wonderful. It's been a godsend, honestly. So between 100 and 199 personal volume, you're going to get 30% off the first order, either a customer or a business partner. And that can really add up. If you're over 200 personal volume, which is very easy to hit, my family, we order about probably between 400 and 500 personal volume per month. But if you're 200 or higher, you're going to earn the max, and that's 40% off the new orders. But there's many ways to get paid. But what we try to do right away as a new business partner is we work with you. I mean, you're in this business for yourself, but you're in it with a team. This is a team. It's not like corporate. It's much better. It's much more fun. You get a lot of help and a lot of mentorship. You basically work with your team and we help you to get your return on your investment. So if you bought the gold pack, for example, and you had 3 people that you knew that wanted to also get in with a gold pack, you're going to have your money back. You're going to earn $200 on each of those gold packs, which is going to give you back your money that you invested. And then everything from there is profit. If you were sharing let's say you're just sharing with customers, for every bottle let's say Protandim NRF2, 3 bottles is going to give you yours free. Comp plan is the best in the industry and it's complicated. The thing that I love the most was that the more I help my team, the more money I'm going to make. And I love to help people and I want to help people achieve their goals. So we work with our team to find out what their goals are. What rank do they want to reach? What legacy do they want to leave? How do they want to be involved? And then the other thing I loved is the elite pool. So what this is when you reach the rank of Pro 7, which is our elite rank, and that's based on volume, you start to earn a percentage of every product sold in the world, no matter if you sold it or not. The company puts aside 4% of global sales and gives that back to the elite distributors. So not to say that all ranks do make money, and I'm going to show you that, but when you reach the elite ranks, you really start to generate significant income. And what I love about that too is that there's incentive for the elite distributors to help everyone. So it makes it extremely collaborative. And that's the only thing that I've seen with this company is generosity and collaboration. So how far can you take this? So this is actually, since we're a publicly traded company on the NASDAQ, all of our income is transparent and disclosed. So if you look at this, a Pro 3, which is a foundation rank that's generating $5,000 in monthly volume in your organization, you're going to earn about $581 a month. That's just going to keep coming in. Pro 5 is close to $3,000 a month. That's significant income coming in on the side. Elite Pro 7 is earning about $12,000 a month. I mean, at that point, most people just shift to doing Lifevantage full time. And I know many people who have reached that level and beyond. So can I do this? That's the thing. I mean, I just dove into this. I figured I'm going to figure it out. But you can do it. There's so much support. This is a global publicly traded biotech company that wants you to be successful. So there is customer distributor support, a mobile app like we talked about. You can do your business from your phone. It's incredible. There's business education, skill set, mindset, leadership. We have it every Saturday. Incredible elite distributors, corporate, as well as guest speakers. I've been trained by John Maxwell, Andy Andrews, Aaron Brockovich, actually. You know of Aaron Brockovich, I'm sure, from the movie. Well, the actual Aaron Brockovich, is on our board because she believes so strongly in what we're doing at Lifevantage to really try to eliminate toxins in the body. You know how she was so instrumental in removing toxins in the environment. So she's on our board of directors. We get training from her. Monthly marketing calendars with professional graphics we can use in social media, and private support communities on Facebook. So there's everything you need. It's just really up to you. So that is it. We thank you for being here today. I try to keep this to about 30 minutes. I think I went a little bit over, but not too bad. So that's it in a nutshell. We are an incredible company with incredible people. And we're sharing health and wellness across the world. So if you're interested in more information, just get with the person that invited you, and be well. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.